I said we're going live for the community. I said we're going live. Live with Ghost Stories, Sunday, 6 p.m. It is time. Let's let the people come in. Come on in, people. It's time to talk about something spiritual. Not necessarily God, but, you know, something spiritual. Because what are the other options in this culture, in this community? Only at the drip. Wow, 8 people. Sick. Come on in. Come on in. You know, in this culture, anywhere else you go, they say, oh, ghost, this and that. I can't believe our boy Steven this week did 3 episodes on this Safe Moon scam. And people are coming in after and like, come on, man, talk about something real like Safe Moon. Like after I was talking about Johnny Depp, and they're like, come on, talk about something real like Safe Moon. It's a scam, right? Sorry. I mean, it hurts. I know. It sucks. But no, today we're talking about ghost stories. And I think we had some powerful lessons last week. Get funky, get into the music. Our first guest, Bobby Thomas, is ready in the waiting room here to tell us about French Quarter Phantom's ghost tours, which looks like a pretty legit, honestly, pretty tight ghost tour. I mean, it's pretty hot. So we're going to be talking to him first. Yeah, like I said, a couple of announcements, and then we'll get started. But come on in, everybody. Come on in. Hold on, what do I do here? There we go. And there we go. We're going to talk about ghosts. This is our last ghost episode until Halloween, probably, because we got to switch to cults. We got to switch it up, people. Well, got some incredible ghost stories today. Get into it. Get silly. Get kooky. Be respectful. Ocho Cinco, I'm looking at you. Just be cool. It's going to be fun. We're going to... Listen, why don't y'all believe in something, huh? Why don't y'all believe in something, huh? No, that's why everyone comes here. This is the drip. Here, you can talk about something spiritual. You can talk about something spiritual, and we'll listen, and we want to get into it. We want to believe. In this economy? Are you kidding me? In this economy, you got to believe in something, people. You got to believe in something. I know a lot of people think they're atheist. Too much anxiety in life. Too much anxiety. They think they're atheist. 6 months later, now they're doing crystal healing. You got to pay the price. You got to do something. After that, they might start doing Reiki. It's fine. John Fitzgerald says, I believe in puppy love. God is great, brother. God is great. Welcome to the service. Oh, that's intense, eh? Oh my God. Let me light up our dragon. Let me light up our magic dragon. Oh. Yes. It burns me. Wow, so many people here already. Gio Bodega, God is fake. Hey, have respect, Gio. Enough of this. John Fitzgerald, God is great. Very good. I like that. Listen, you got to believe in something here. Believe in puppy love. Believe in the devil. I had a ghost experience in my house. You can call in later, 7:30. We'll have call-ins open up. But yeah, thanks for coming, everyone. You are loved. You are appreciated. Let me turn that music down a little bit. My name is Amish Patel. I will be leading your service today. And like I said, we got 2 great guests. And then Comedian Sai Kit's coming in. He has 2 stories. And then after that, we'll open it up to call-ins. Ayush Sharma is here. What's up, Habibi? How you doing? Welcome. Everyone come in. A couple of announcements for the anti-cult cult, the ACC, the Digital Ashram, this Church of Loving Kindness. A couple of announcements. One is we are shifting to cult stories now. Because after the success of our last guest, incredible, like so many hits on the video, very helpful, great for the culture. People are calling it, and people are signing up like crazy. And her friend even signed up. Can't wait. I think it's going to be I think that's going to be an incredible service. And And yeah, if you're here looking for a Safe Moon thing, sorry guys. I know that Steven did 3 Safe Moon episodes in a row. It was very exciting. I quite enjoyed them myself. The first one, he came in swinging, really ready to fight. I feel like by the third one, he was like, the first one, he said, hey, guy, hey, it's a scam. Fight me, debate me. That was first episode. That was like 3 hours. By the third episode, he was like, hey, guys, like, I just want to let people know that, it's kind of a scam, but, you went ahead, you deleted my Twitter, didn't you? You hacked into my Twitter, and now you're trying to sell your scam to all my friends. And listen, it's just give it back, okay? So, hey, if whoever hacked into his account, if you're here, give it back, people. Give it back. But without any further ado, I want to introduce our first guest. Does an incredible job over at the Haunted Ceremony in New Orleans. He has an incredible ghost story for us today, and he's here for you. Give it up and make some noise for the ghost leader, the ghost professional, Bobby Thomas. Everybody, Bobby.
Hey, how you doing today?
How you doing, man? I'm good.
I'm all right. First, I want to say I also believe in puppy love.
That's great. I open my meditation. I do a loving kindness meditation, and and a lot of Buddhists, they open with like, imagine a puppy's unconditional love. That's that's the practice. It's the Buddha's most powerful technique. So
there's nothing really in the world like it, honestly.
Yeah. Puppy love. No, it's beautiful. It's an unconditional love. It's beautiful. Cool, man. So tell us, let me show your website real quick.
All right.
And then I'm gonna show your website real quick, and introduce yourself. Like, tell us what you do here at French Quarter Phantoms Ghost Tours.
Sure thing. My name is Bobby Thomas. I'm one of the tour guides with French Quarter Phantoms. We do ghost tours in the French Quarter of New Orleans. It's a city with over 300 years of history, and the people that have been very much behind ghosts and vampires and things we can't really explain with science since the jump. So we have a bunch of stories. Some of them going back to 1731, right?
Wow.
Yeah, it's intense. There's a lot of history in that city, and it's a lot of fun to talk about. It's fun to walk around, and you can see where a lot of history went down in this city. So it's always pretty cool to bring people around and show them some stuff and talk about it. Today, I want to talk to you guys about the Andrew Jackson Hotel.
Oh,
yeah, it's on the.
Go ahead. That sounds spicy.
It is. I could get into why it's called the Andrew Jackson, but that is not for this interview. That is a whole nother ball of wax. But the Andrew Jackson Hotel is a little hotel on Royal Street between Dumaine and St. Philip's in the French Quarter. And it has a bunch of history. The current building was built in the 1890s, but before that, in 1792, it was built as an orphanage. Wow. It only got 2 years under its belt before it burned down. Unfortunately, the fire 1794. Wow. In that fire, in that building, at least 5 young men lost their lives. I can't really think of a whole lot of worse ways to go.
And that young man energy can't just leave. They gotta. Yeah. Now they're here.
Yep. And so the 5 of them stuck around. But they're not. You hear a lot of ghost stories talk about angry ghosts or malicious intent, and that's not really made itself known here. These kids are pranksters. They just like the art of being kids, I guess. And so when the hotel guests check in or stay there, go to sleep, they get pranked a little bit. One of the most common things in the world is you wake up and your TV's on when you left it off, or to come back and just have everything have been pushed off of your bed. Yeah,
that's fun.
It is. And we have a lot more stories that are more just the spirits sticking around and trying to amuse themselves than being mad about everything. Right?
Yeah.
It's a sense of loss. It's a sense of wanting to have something that you never got to have. And that doesn't always have to include violence.
And it can be a way to like think about the past. I find that they all have this historical thing. So they are kind of like remembering the past, honoring it, learning lessons from them. And then, it comes out in a ghost story.
Absolutely. So these guys it's actually one of the most famous ghost stories in the French Quarter. People talk about this all the time. You'll always see tourists parked up across the street from the hotel talking about it. And it's a beautiful little hotel. But sometimes, apparently, they get a little snarky. Like if you
Right.
stay there and you yell and scream about not seeing the ghosts you wanted to see, you'll find that when you get home, things are a little different.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a story that happened pretty famously in the late '90s, early 2000s. A couple comes to New Orleans on their honeymoon. They've heard all about the Andrew Jackson Hotel. They want to go there. They want to have this experience, and they're there for a week, and they don't get the experience they want.
Okay.
On the last night at the hotel, they're very upset. They apparently complained quite a bit about it. And when they went home, they got their film developed. I don't know if a lot of people probably don't know about film. It's what predates camera phones, right?
Oh, right. So they were complaining that they didn't get like a little haunting. So they went to the desk after they said, "Hey, no ghost, like no ghost."
A little upset.
That's so funny.
Maybe they imbibed a little bit much, but yeah, they were upset they didn't get the experience they wanted, which I can understand. But maybe it turns out they were a little rude.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, the ghosts have things to do too. Like they're not, you can't just demand them. It's like maybe you're not cool. Maybe they don't want to hang out. If you just
demand that ghosts showed up, my life would be so much easier.
Yeah.
If I could bam, there's a ghost. I wouldn't be a tour guide. I would be famous.
Yeah, it takes away the mystery.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, they got home. She got her film developed, and there's pictures of her and her husband sleeping in their bed, taken from above them. In the middle of the night. Yep. That would be terrifying for me. Even if it wasn't something prank or funny, I would be very upset to find those pictures when I got home.
I like the twist, I like that these two were like, man, they don't even come to see us. Like, are we not cool? Are we losers? Whatever. Go complain to the hotel. They get home. Honey, they did see us.
We totally got the experience. We just slept through
it. Imagine they're just like, honey, there's a whole video of us having sex now. Can you believe this ghost? And you're like, holy shit, this ghost is smooth, eh? He's just shooting like, honey, this ghost uploaded to Pornhub. Can you believe that ghost?
They got some really good angles with this. How'd that work?
We look really hot in this, honey. You know what? Thank you. You did come through the ghost. That's so silly. I like the idea of complaining about it though. That's so fun. So they go to the person. They go, listen, you talked a good talk, Jackson Hotel. Where's the ghost? Yeah, I got nothing over here. And then, wow. And then Jackson still delivered.
Yep.
That's creepy. Yeah.
I used to stop by the Andrew Jackson Hotel. It was one of my most frequent stops on tour. Like when I do my tour, I change my write up quite a bit. Okay. And the Andrew Jackson was a constant stop from our first several years in the streets. I've broken off of it a bit lately because it is so popular. Right. There's always other tours there, so I want to go places that less of a crowd. But it's one of my favorite stories. Especially, I like doing it a lot because I get a lot of feedback from that story about people taking pictures. Yeah. When I'm doing my story and seeing things in the background, like seeing these little boys sitting on the balcony or on the front step. And for a while, I really liked the thought that they were listening to me tell stories about them.
Wow.
Yeah, they'd come sit down and listen and be entertained. So it was entertaining them and the group.
That's fun, man. That's nice. It's it is almost like if the Nelk boys got caught in a fire. It's like that energy's too hot. They can't just leave. They're gonna fuck shit up as ghosts. They're gonna go do wild shit.
Very much not done yet.
Yeah, and they're cool to just come and listen to the story, and they're just sitting there. They're like, "That's not what happened." It's kind of like when I don't know if you've seen Avatar, but at some point in Avatar, the TV show, they become so famous as a crew that people start doing plays about them, and then they go to see the play, and they're like, "I don't do that. What the hell?" Yeah. Yeah. Have you?
Oh, when you talk about Avatar, I'm a massive fan of Avatar. I actually have a tattoo on my arm. So I can see if I get in camera right.
Wow, God is great, brother.
1 second.
Oh, that's okay. Wait. Who is? Oh, is that the character that keeps changing, like the ego type of character? He's like not a snake, but a spider, or like.
No, that's head. Uncle Iroh. It's Zuko's uncle.
That's Uncle Iroh?
Yeah.
Oh, Uncle Iroh. I'm looking at it the other way, dude. It's Uncle Iroh, of course. And from this way, it's Uncle Iroh.
He's pouring tea for you if you need to talk.
From the bottom, you know what I thought it was? From the other angle, I thought it was that character that's like, remember it's like a spider almost? Like they go to the cave and it keeps switching its face.
Yes.
I was looking at it upside down. No, but I totally see the Uncle Iroh is the wisest. He's so wise.
Oh, no, it's great. And the thing is, he's always on your side. No matter who you are, he's always going to be the guy who tries to help you. and that's who I try to be. So that's what I got tattooed for.
Yeah, he's got a real loving kindness, like Taoist approach to life. So it's his wisdom is all like it is like old Taoist poetry. All of his dialogue is like old Taoist. It's beautiful.
And I specifically got him pouring tea. So he's pouring tea for you if you need to talk.
Wow. Right. God is great, brother. That's beautiful, man. I love, we gotta, I'm trying to do spiritual shows on Sunday, and Avatar is something that we have talked about, even with like my writing partner and stuff, that like we could do like so much Avatar stuff. There's so much on YouTube about it, but
it's an amazing show. And not only is it amazing to watch the first time, but you go back and you reflect on what you saw. And there's so much in the background that you're not aware of the first time you watch it. Yeah. It's amazing.
It's amazing. But you remember, even in that, though, it's interesting because they debunked the ghost story in that one. I don't know if you remember that. I'm sure you remember that episode. They go to a small town and they believe in this ghost, and then they debunk it. They're like, no, the ghost is not real. It's just you guys. How do you feel about that? Like, do you feel okay? So there's two things, I guess. Is like, one is they don't bother you, the ghosts. Like, they're like friendly with you. That you don't. You're saying that they have a loving kindness attitude. They're not like harassing you or something.
Not trying to be mean about anything.
They're nice. So then I guess you don't have any like removal techniques.
I don't. Not all the ghosts on my tour are like that. Some of them are aggressive or upset, but for years I wore a charm whenever I'd go on tour.
Wow.
Because I was there every day, right? Okay. And if something's going to happen to somebody, the guy who's there every day, probably the most likely victim or target.
Right.
But so it's always been just a way. I try to stay safe. Like, my back's always to the building. I wore a charm for years. And I'd go and talk about these ghosts, but I'd never be antagonistic. I would try to tell the story and entertain. I never felt like I had anything to worry about. I don't feel like I have anything to worry about.
But I like that you got the charm. So it's like you are like, okay, you're cool with whatever, respect, whatever. But the charm is here. So it's like, we were talking last week. The Hindu technique is Hanuman. This is a character that's behind me. He's like a monkey god. But if you ever want to call him, he'll come and help. That was my thing as a kid. When I went to India, they told me that they're like, if you have a ghost issue, and I used to be so scared of ghosts, I couldn't move. Like, I'd freeze. And even a lot of people here last time we did this episode, a bunch of people said that they had this ghost sit on their chest and then they're frozen, like as they're waking up from sleep.
Yeah, sleep demons.
Sleep demons. Yeah. You don't suffer from anything.
No. I would react very poorly.
Yeah, it seemed to be very common last week. A lot of people said that they had them.
I've heard a lot about it. Like, when I bring people on tour, a lot of them like to talk to me. I love talking to people. And so a lot of them will share their experiences with me. And sleep demons or things very similar to what you're describing are actually fairly common. That's one of the ones I hear the most is people talking about that.
Yeah. It had to be the most common one last week. And weird old hag syndrome. I never heard about that one. But this one, it happened to a bunch of people. I feel like it's happened to me too. And I guess all you could do is call Hanuman because you can't even move. You're frozen. So you almost have to let go and let God. You have to say, let go and just say, Hanuman, come get it. That's what I would do. But I guess you haven't had to deal with this. You've had all positive ghosts basically.
Yeah, very much. I wouldn't say all positive.
Okay.
There's a place I don't like to go to.
Okay.
And every time I go there, I just leave feeling like my soul's dirty.
Right.
Like, when you being around that and talking about that, and that just leaves you feeling unclean. It's the Lalaurie Mansion. A woman there just did a bunch of very horrible things. And I talk about her on tour, but I don't like to. It's one of the things I talk about because people want to hear it because it is such a popular story that I'm not going to shortchange my guest by leaving it out. But the story itself, just the bare nature of it, just leaves you feeling wrong sometimes.
Yeah, have you seen the documentary on Netflix, Worst Roommate Ever?
No, I haven't.
So the first episode, it's like a senior citizen. It's like this grandma who kind of runs this scam where she gets other senior citizens to move in. They move in. She gets them to put their social security checks to her, and then she just kills them and buries them in the backyard. And she did just so many people. Like it was like a bunch of people, a bunch of dead bodies were found in the back. So this haunted house you're talking about, we're talking about that kind of thing. Like, what did she do in there, or is it like too much?
It involved the torture of enslaved people.
Oh shit! This is like something that could be in like Get Out kind of movie, you know? Like
They featured her in American Horror Story.
oh, sick! What's her name?
Delphine Lalaurie.
Delphi Lamourie. Let's check this out.
Yeah. Lalaurie, it's spelled.
Oh yeah, it's coming up. It's coming up.
Yeah, she was a monster.
This is her, eh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. That's a right psycho.
Oh yeah. Before you even get to the haunting, that story is awful. And then it just gets worse.
Oh my god, dude. This first of all, the fact that she's playing her, she played see this actress, I forgot her name, but she plays
Kathy Bates.
Like, Kathy Bates, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
She plays psychos. Beautiful.
Oh yeah. I'd hate to be her favorite author.
Yeah.
One of her first psycho roles, she captures her favorite author and hobbles him.
Oh, really? Oh, that was that was in Psycho, right? In the movie Psycho?
No, it wasn't the movie Psycho. I forget the name of the movie.
Oh, but, Misery?
Misery, that's it.
Dude, she's such a nut job in Misery. She's really good at that. I didn't know she was
great. Kathy Bates is amazing.
She's amazing. But this original lady, like
an absolute monster.
I can already see it. Like she's kind of doing these I mean, they have the pictures of the people too, so it's like history's brutal mistress, Madame Lalaurie. That's so sad, man.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like a bunch of documentaries came out basically saying that Mother Teresa was doing the same thing in India. I wonder what the ghost is. And then they have insane ghost issues over there. They had a lot of ghosts.
There's a lot of tragedy, and that a lot of people were taken advantage of, and a lot met very unfortunate ends. And unfortunately, that leads to people sticking around.
Yeah. It's that negative energy that it's almost like as a culture, is that how we deal with it? It's like as a culture, we like want to ignore it, but it's like, no. You have to remember this. So these intense stories, we remember them. And by us all remembering them, they are basically the story lives. Yeah. It lives in our minds. And anything you've seen that's like, you know, we talked about the fighting. I like that you had a charm. That's great. Anything you've seen that's like dangerous, violent, but you were saying they're mostly loving kindness in your walk.
Yeah. Mostly, yeah. I like reaffirming stories. There's enough negativity out there. I mean, I'll tell you a dark story. I have several of them, but that's not going to dominate my tour. You know?
Yeah. It's like why not tell about like this fun crew of kids? I mean, really sad that they died, but you know, they're little silly prankster guys.
Yeah.
That is a great way to remember.
It's more amusing and kind of reaffirming that they're still around, still being kids. Like before whatever it is that comes next, they're going to hang out and play with each other. Yeah,
100%. That's sick, man. And I like that they come watch your stories in New Orleans. Where can people check out your tours when they're over there?
So we're on Orleans and North Rampart at the Voodoo Lounge.
Wow.
You can give us a ring at 504-666-8300.
Sick.
Yeah. We have a number of tours we offer. Obviously, the most well-known is our Ghost and Vampire tour, but we also do a tour of the Treme, one of the oldest African-American neighborhoods around or in North America. We do a Garden District tour. We do French Quarter history. We do my personal favorite, the Saints and Sinners tour, which talks a lot about, let's just say, the more fun aspects of the fun thing.
You know, the Saints and Sinners is great because it's always like the person acting like a saint is the biggest sinner. You know,
buddy. Especially in New Orleans.
Yeah, that's the move, eh? Like Lalaurie, Madame Lalaurie, or is it Lalaurie, the one we just talked about?
Yeah, Lalaurie.
Delphine Lalaurie. I bet she acted like, oh, I'm so pious. I help them. I'm helping them. That's the worst, man.
Oh no, she threw parties. She threw parties for people to come to her house and have a great time.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yep.
There was a bunch of like colonial leaders like that, like in sorry. in like colonial India, they had a bunch of like these colonial guys. There's one guy, I saw a whole documentary about him. He had a group called the Little Kings, and he basically made like places where he would take orphaned kids and bring them in and give them like a little house to live in and to hang out and whatever. But he was, it was a giant pedophile. And he had a map, and it had like 800 flags on, or not 800, it had like 50 flags all over the British Empire. He killed it. Like he was seen as like a saint, though. He was seen as like, look, I'm helping them. That's the biggest psycho.
Yeah, look what a nice guy I am. I'm doing all these great things. Nobody look at what I'm actually doing.
Yeah. The biggest sinners are hiding amongst the saints. Is that what this one is? The saints and sinners? Like, are there any
saints and sinners? Is kind of a dirty history tour, and
we
talk about the people in New Orleans history that they were corrupt to the point where it's become a joke,
right?
But we talk about what they really did, and it's a very fun tour.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's also going to talk about pirates. I love talking about pirates, so that works for me.
Yeah. So you've done this. You run this tour as well. You
yeah,
it's your
I
favorite. Like
all the tours except for the Treme tour.
Treme tour, no, right? The Treme tour. Oh my god, that looks so interesting. I mean, there's so much about history to learn too. Like you're basically learning correct history, right? When you go on these tours.
Oh, absolutely.
Wow, tour Treme.
Our Treme tour, our Garden District tour, even our French Quarter history tour, they're the legit history of these areas. And our history is so twisted and so crazy that it just lends itself to very good storytelling.
Yeah.
I got to say that my coworkers are some of the best. I have never gone on one of their tours and been disappointed at the end for doing it.
Oh, wow. Oh, my God. I want to join. I want to become a ghost tour. This is so sick.
I mean, check this out, man. I'd love to bring you out.
Oh, dude, I gotta do it, and then like I gotta start training. I gotta start training on the ghost tours. Like this is such a fun life, and what a good date, or like just something to do with your family or something. It's like it's so weird how people just go eat dinner, and it's like.
Now, when you talk about New Orleans, everybody thinks about food and Bourbon Street, and don't get me wrong, those are both great, but that's not the whole city. There's so much more to us.
It's so sick, dude. And what are we looking at here? What are we looking at? Is this a good first date, or do we got to go second date on it?
I think the Ghost and Vampire tour is probably a great second date.
Ghost and Vampire tour. Oh my god, so sick.
I think the Ghost and Vampire tour is probably a great second date. Okay. But for date night, in just regular date night, any of the rest of the tours. Maybe Saints and Sinners if you're trying to have, a little more fun.
Oh, yeah. Saints and Sinners can be a little foreplay. Get a little sex talk going on.
A little bit. We do talk about some sex work in New Orleans. We definitely talk about our red light district.
Oh, yeah. So y'all have a lot of like ghost hookers too. A lot of ghost hookers, right?
Let's just say we've had sex workers in New Orleans since we had people in New Orleans.
Of course. New Orleans is like such a rock and roll place.
Oh, yes. I mean, our music is great. Our history is insane. The food is some of the best in the world. There's a lot more here than people tend to think about. I've taken a lot of joy in showing people around the French Quarter and around the city and showing them things they never knew that they could come do here.
Sick, man. I mean, I like that, like most of America and Canada, really, we have ghosts. Some places have vampires, but the voodoo, like y'all got that. That's your shit.
Yep.
It's hard over the voodoo energy. It's very powerful.
We're the home of Marie Laveau, the voodoo queen, man.
Oh, wow. So she's from there.
Oh, absolutely. Born and raised.
And are there people, can you go, if I go there, if I have some friends that I'm like, not friends, or like some people that I'm like, this guy's really getting my way. They give you a doll and they start pinning and then
man, that's not voodoo. No, that's Hollywood, baby.
That's Hollywood. Of course.
Yeah, that's Hollywood. The voodoo doll we put pins in to hurt people, that's not.
No, of course. I bet it's a full loving kindness philosophy. It's like such a nice philosophy.
A lot of people don't understand that voodoo is a religion. It's not a magic practice. It is a full belief structure that formed from 50-something different West African traditions that came together and formed into one amalgamation where they could hold on to their parts of their culture and history.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow.
And over the years, it became something more.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, that's so sick. It's been great chatting with you. We have a Max Herman here from Ybor Ghost Tour. He's coming on next, but dude, we gotta come back. You gotta come back to just spiritual Sundays in general. Maybe we gotta do an Avatar Day. I
And
like
let me
that.
know. I'd be glad to do it. I would love to do it.
That would be
Uncle
so
Iro and
sick.
I would love to stop by.
Uncle Iro. We could just do an Uncle Iro like clips reaction. Like he's
I
so
could do a
wise.
whole thing just talking about him easily.
Incredible. Yeah.
I
Thanks for coming,
still
man.
listen when I'm trying to feel something more. I'll still listen to Little Soldier Boy.
Little Soldier Boy. Wait, tell me that. You took
So
the
Uncle Iro sings a song
right. Okay. Yeah.
about his son, a little soldier, and it's the last thing really put to record from his original voice actor before he passed away. And it is the recording of it is incredibly touching.
Yeah, that episode is so sad. I cried. The whole thing about his son dying. It's such a good episode, and he's so incredible character.
And
Thanks,
the way
man.
he tries to live, the way he lives with his son's memory, trying to help other people, like he'd wish he'd be able to do more for his son, is intense.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, we'll do an episode. But what's that?
No, let me know. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. Get me back anytime.
Thank you. We'll talk soon. Peace.
Peace.
Bobby Thomas coming in for the community, letting the people know what's going on, dude. That was I really enjoyed that people complained. They went to the hotel, didn't see a ghost. Then they go to the checkout. They go, hey, it was a great stay, good food, whatever. No ghost. And then they get home, bing, bang, ghost taking pictures all night. That's hot, dude. That is such a sexy New Orleans story. We got Max Herman coming on right now. He's from the Ybor Ghost Tour, and he's going to give us a little, maybe a little ghost story too. Oh, wait a minute. I think he's having some connection issues, or maybe he just had some anxiety. You think? I wonder. Oh, there we go. Max Herman is here. Max Herman, I'm adding him to the stream. What's up, everybody? Give it up and make some noise for Max Herman. Max, it looks like you're on location over there.
I am. I'm actually ready to start my ghost tour for the evening. How are you this evening?
Good. How's it going? I like it. I like that you have the hat and you have the cigar. That's very beautiful.
Well, you want to look the part when you're entering the fourth most haunted building in America, surrounded by spirits from the Cuban heritage.
Wow, dude. Fourth most haunted building in America.
Designated by the Travel Channel, actually.
Dude, respect, man. I mean, everyone. Look at this. We got the fourth most haunted building in North America right here on the Drip. This is incredible. Thanks everyone for coming in. Max, thanks, man. What's your favorite ghost story from this spot, or your favorite? I'd say.
Oh, I hate to give away all the secrets of my ghost tour. Can you hear me all right? By the way, can you hear me good?
Yep.
Good. Well, we have several favorites. I mean, we enter into 5, maybe 6, several haunted buildings around Ybor City. And this was a city that was known as the Wild West of the South back in the day. I mean, before Vegas, this was Vegas. Gambling, prostitution, mafia, murder. This was the best kept secret in the South when it came to organized crime and the hottest spot for Caribbean rum. So, I mean, I got stories of Al Capone, Lucky Luciano, Meyer Lansky. Maybe I shouldn't say too many names, honestly. But
yeah.
But our favorite stories, of course, happen within the Cuban Club. Yeah, exactly. But our favorite stories do happen within the Cuban Club, where
oh my God! Right at the best part of the story, he's cutting out. I love it, dude. I love this hat too. He's such a he obviously he's like siding with Al Capone and all this with the hat. I feel like it's such an Al Capone hat. But Max Herman is cutting out. Let's look at his website real quick. Oh, wait. Here we go. Ybor City Ghost Tour, Ybor City. Look at this, dude. Look at this picture, dude. I know we're.
Wait, how's that?
You cut out for quite a bit, but it was you were saying that it was literally like one of the best stories that happened here, and then it just cut. It just froze.
That's good. That's a cliffhanger for you. Am I right?
Yeah, exactly.
No, one of the best stories that happened happened right here on location in King Corona. We started here at King Corona Cigars because, well, this was on a book called The Haunted Florida Book, where this was a former shopkeeper, drugstore, and he actually still wanders this building all the time. And then we go down 7th Avenue, which is our historic version of Bourbon Street, New Orleans. All the mayhem happens there. We head into the several social clubs of Ybor City, but the best story, in my opinion, well, it probably is the one that happened in the theater of the Cuban club, where a young actor who fell in love with the theater, he wanted to become an actor and decided, I'm going to roll cigars until I have enough money to rent out this theater for myself. After 15 years of rolling them, he finally had enough money. He steps onto the stage to perform his show, and his mind goes blank. He literally freezes on the stage with embarrassment and tears running down his face. He runs off the stage, comes back in the middle of the night when nobody's there, sneaks into the theater, performs his entire show to the empty audience, and then finishes the show with his final number and a rope around his neck. He kicks the chair out from under him. He's discovered the next morning with a suicide note attached to him that says, I performed the greatest show no one will ever see.
Oh my God, that is, you know what? That's very relevant for our channel because there's a lot of people on YouTube, even they're going through it mental health wise. It's very, a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress with being an artist.
Some things never change. Being an artist is one of the hardest jobs you can have in America.
It is tough. Like the culture's not really, yeah. And then you have a bad show like that, and you're out. You're out of the game.
Yeah. Well, what can you say? Especially after 15 years of rolling cigars to just get one day on the stage. You know?
When you said the rolling the cigars, I'm like, this kid's too innocent. He's not going to make it. Right away, I was like, this kid's not going to make it.
Yeah, you know, we were rolling something different, you know.
You know, like Schwarzenegger, he went and worked in real estate. He was like, I'm going to, I was doing real estate on the side. It's like, rolling cigars?
You gotta be cutthroat. What can I say?
Yeah, you got to be cutthroat. And this kid was soft, and he hung himself. So, like, what does he do? Like, when you go, so you do a tour there, right? Is he performing? You guys go and he's performing?
I've had moments with you know, we use milligauss speaker boxes, things like that, and I've had moments that well, we're speaking into the speaker box. You can hear clearly some Spanish being spoken out of it, and he'll even say things like, "I'm a great actor. I'm a best actor," and I'll ask him, "Can you perform now?" And then he'll disappear. So the stage fright is still very real with this young man, I believe.
Oh, this guy's not even doing his bits. It's like that. Well, it's better than if he like did his bits and you guys are like, yeah, that was really good.
Yeah. Womp womp. No.
Yeah. It's almost like his exorcism would be a bunch of people going to see the show and then everyone acting like, that was really good. I really liked it. Wow.
He's got some skill. Yeah. Well, it was his first time on stage. I'm sure he was still a little green. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm sure he was. Yeah, he was. It sounds very innocent. So then have you done any, you know, one thing that we talk about here is ghost removal techniques, or like, what do you do? You know, our last guest was saying that he has a crystal on him and it just keeps it protected. What are you doing for that? Are you doing any, you burning any incense? You doing a crystal?
Well, I do get a lot of people that ask me that question. Is anything going to follow me home or anything like that? It's the truth of the matter is we go inside these haunted buildings that are the social clubs of Ybor City. Now, to give you a little history real quick, Ybor came together in 1885. It was a relatively new city, but became one of the biggest industry towns in America, all around cigars. Sick. And in 1885, immigrants were rushing to America. You know, Statue of Liberty was dedicated in 1886. So people came from all around the world, and they all got along pretty well in Ybor because they were making money. But eventually, they started to kind of miss their old traditions. So they started to build buildings where only specifically they could go. The Spaniards had a building. The Cubans had a building. The Germans had a building, the Italians had a building, and they all ate their foods and sang their songs. They stayed within the limits of what they wanted to keep from the old homeland. Yeah. So most of these spirits that are on these tours that we do come in contact with, you know, they're not rushing us out of the building or anything. In fact, they don't want to leave at all. They're in there because they probably got their first kiss in that building, or they probably met their spouse or had their best birthday party in there. And I do warn people, you know, we will come in contact with a lot of spirits on these tours because, like I said, some of the buildings around here in the top 10 most haunted buildings in America. But I do want to remind people, don't worry, they're in there having a good time like us, you know?
Wow, yeah. In a party city like Ybor, it's like, what do you think? They're going to follow you home to Michigan? You're good.
Yeah, right? No. Yeah, they'd rather stay on 7th Avenue, trust me.
7th Avenue must be jumping, man. And it is like, I've heard that in India too, where they would say like, where when I was a kid, I was like, there's no ghosts or whatever in India. And they'd be like, we've had 1 billion people for thousands of years. Of course, you don't have any ghosts. It's Canada. They're probably going to Ybor Street, or they're probably going to like more populated areas that are like more intense, more stuff going on, you know?
Oh, trust me, they want to have fun just like all of us. I've learned that over the 7 years I've been doing this tour, that when I do come in contact with them, they're not like, get out. They're more like, hey, come on in. You got any rum? Come on, sit down, you know?
Oh, that's fun. Yeah. Our last guest was saying like they were taking pictures of them sleeping and stuff like that. They're the pranksters. They're pranking. They're being silly, having a good time.
It's happened before on my tours. I've had like, you know, women get their hair pulled from behind. Like a couple times, some people kind of shake a door here and there. I mean, I let the people know they're just messing with you right now. All right.
Right. Yeah. If they, that's so silly. So I guess you don't really need a removal technique, or you don't need to worry about that. They're having a good time. They're doing their own thing.
Yeah, and like I said, I try to dress the part a little bit. I try to fit in with them. I speak their language enough to like have some fun with them, and I bring a lot of people in there, so they kind of like that. They've been around the same souls for 100 years. They want new faces.
Yeah. It's almost like they have their own economy. They're like, you're the promoter, and they're like, hey, Max is here. Max, who'd you bring in? All right, great.
Oh, yeah.
Come on in. Yeah.
Oh, they know me well by now. They've even said my name a couple times in those spirit boxes.
Oh, they say it out loud, eh?
Oh, yes. In fact, if you want to hear a pretty creepy story, the first time we were using those spirit boxes with the voices, I was speaking Spanish into it, getting Spanish out of it. I turned to the people who brought the spirit box and I said, do you guys always get responses this good? And they were like, we've never heard Spanish come out of that box, only English. So you're already on a roll here.
Oh, snap, dude. That's good. So they liked you enough that they're like, okay, talk to this gringo. Yeah, they're like, talk to him.
They know me well, yeah.
That's sick, dude. I like that you have the hat. I feel like, is that a Capone hat? Like you're with the wise guys, I guess?
The Panamanian hat, and fit in with the more like the tobacco pickers. This is the tobacco picker kind of outfit, Kept the sun off your head and neck, kept the sun off your face. And then the guy I had to, of course, get a little breathing room out there and keep all your cigars in the pocket, you know what I mean?
Amazing, dude. And like, what are they? So what are they all doing? Are the cops there too? It sounds like all the rock and roll people are there. Are cops coming in, breaking it up, or not? Or it's like, come on, cops. It happens.
But back in the day, Ybor City was its own city outside of Tampa, Florida. It had its own mayor, had its own police force. The police force of Ybor City was about a dozen guys. Most of them were in the brothels. You know what I mean? Most of them were in the gambling spots, hanging out. They weren't breaking up nothing.
Oh, okay, yeah. They're in on it.
Hell yeah, of course. Slip them a couple free cigars here and there, put a woman in their lap, and all of a sudden they turn a blind eye,
Oh yeah, that's a classic. Back then, yeah, for sure. And it's like back when we didn't have alcohol. So like I think a lot of our booze might have been coming out of like places like that where they would make it, end up, yeah.
In fact, we had a port and a railroad right here. You ever heard of the term rum runner?
Yeah. I don't know what it means.
Yeah, well, the good old boys that are in the South, they had their pickup trucks, all the Caponos and the Lucianos, they would load up all those barrels of Caribbean rum and run them up to Chicago, run them up to New Orleans, run them up to all these other big stations that were really distributing them big time. That's how the term came to be.
Rum runners. That's sick, dude. And then any of those guys are ghosts. So do you have ghosts? They stay in one place, or are they like traveling around? They're moving around America, I guess.
We've seen a couple walking the streets here and there, but for the most part, like I said, this is a place where these people have the best time of their life. So they don't really want to leave too often. Now, in the daytime, the ghost hunters, I'm sure you've probably seen that show, they said that even in the daytime, they can detect 150 spirits in some of these buildings because, like, they're in there. They also not only were gambling and drinking, they were also getting their education in these buildings. They were learning English. They were learning how to become social around America. They can even qualify for their citizenship in those buildings.
Wow, dude, that's amazing. And I love like, so how many tours do? You do a bunch of tours or just?
Yeah, we do a few. So we do a history tour of Ybor during the day, a history tour of downtown Tampa during the day. We do a ghost tour of Ybor City and a ghost tour of downtown Tampa, because even downtown Tampa's got some pretty scary stuff in it, especially connections to the Tampa Theater, which is one of the most haunted buildings around Tampa, Florida, and Hotel Florida, which has a pretty nice connection to JFK, but I don't want to give up way too many of
okay.
stories there.
What's with the theaters getting haunted? A lot of haunted theaters. What are these go? I mean, I guess they like the movies. Is that it?
Well, yes and no. The thing about it is, the Tampa Theater was one of the first places that had movies in it in Tampa, Florida. But the other theaters that I mentioned, you got to remember, back in the day, not every house had a radio in it. So every song or story or joke that you learned came from the stage of your social club theater.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, they just like to be there, I guess. It's like one of their spots.
It was always packed. There would be a new show every weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If you missed the Friday show, you better catch the Saturday one. If you missed the Saturday one, you better be at the Sunday or you'll be out of the loop. Everybody's going to be around town singing songs that you never heard of.
Right.
You know?
Right. That's sick, man. And it's great that it's in Florida too. Because Florida has this grimy thing to it. And then now it's hot though. Everyone's talking down on Florida for like 5-10 years. But now Florida's up and up.
It's really hot. We're actually, Tampa especially is the third biggest growth of every city in America, number 3. So, we're growing like crazy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I can't complain. What can I say? Especially being from this city.
Amazing, dude. So you're seeing big money coming in. All these New York people are coming. They're coming for the ghost tours. They're Business is
They're
booming.
coming for everything. Well, here's the thing too. When the pandemic hit, everybody was sitting at home. I just grabbed my phone like this and said, "Hey, here I am outside of King Corona," and I started telling stories on my phone. Everybody sitting at home scrolling was going, "Who's this white boy with the hat on?" And then they started looking at all my stuff and going, "Let's go take that tour." We've had our best year. Past 2 years have actually been our best fiscal years.
Wow, dude. And how long? You guys must have been around for like 100 years, no? I mean, I just assumed you were around for like a 50 years or something, like back when the ghosts were there, or when they were alive, maybe?
We started in 2010, and we've been doing well since then. I mean, we were actually named by TripAdvisor top tour in Florida, so that's pretty
Amazing.
good. And U.S. Traveler Magazine named us top tour in America, so we're doing pretty well. Already, the stories sell themselves, but when you have somebody with a little panache, somebody with some passion behind what they're saying, it really helps the outlook of everybody that's coming on the tour. I've had 1 million people come on my tour and go, "I would have walked through this little city not even knowing how crazy it was."
Yeah, dude. This is you're really like in Florida too. I never thought that Florida had the heat like that as far as ghosts.
Oh, yeah.
But it makes
back
total
in the
sense
day,
now.
Back in the day, everybody coming to Florida was either running from slavery or they were running from something. Like a lot of pirates. As you know, we have our Gas Grill and Night Parade that we do around here. It's the celebration of Jose Gaspar. This was one of the hottest spots for Pirates of the Caribbean. I guess you have to retract that. I don't have the rights to it. But either way, like this was definitely like this was one of the hottest spots when it came to criminal minds, different kind of people that were shifty, shady, trying to make it past what their mistakes were in the past and get a new life in the swamp.
Yeah, dude. Even Cocaine Cowboys. The whole thing's like in Florida.
Cowboy, all that. Yep.
Amazing, dude. Yeah, Miami's always been a hot shit. It's always been sexy.
It has. And before Miami was even on the map, Ybor City was where it was at.
Ybor City's the real shit. Ybor City's like the supply and then like the real underground, like the real shit. Yeah.
Exactly. It was almost like a little secret society around here that basically like all the mobsters were like, yeah, let them go investigate New York and Chicago. We'll be sitting down in Ybor having a cigar.
Right. Good weather attracts the mob people, attracts Cuban, like that whole thing too. That's great, man. Dude, this is beautiful. I mean, it is such a great excuse to just even learn about history and learn about all that stuff too.
We cover all that stuff too. There's no ghost story without a little history to it. You got to sprinkle that on top. With the history and the ghosts go hand in hand, and it helps you kind of get into the mind state of what this place actually was. This is one of only 3 National Historic Landmark districts in the entire state of Florida.
Oh, really? Oh, okay, cool. So it's I find the ghost thing always goes hand in hand with like real history because it's like you want a good story. It's almost like there's ghosts probably everywhere, but it's like you want like these banger characters, like you want the best characters. So it's like, why am I going to go see the ghost of some, Joe Schmo? I want to see the ghost of like this mafia guy or like, stuff like that.
Exactly. The drama goes just as hand in hand. I mean, I'd go to any old house from 1912 or something and tell you there's probably going to be some kind of haunting going on there. I'm sure a lot of your viewers probably have hauntings in their homes.
Yeah.
But the stories is where it's really at.
Yeah, the stories are where it's at.
We paint the picture. We then after we tell you the stories, we go, we have the keys to the building. It's just you, me, and these spirits. You go investigate and see what you can find.
Wow. And then how much stuff are you getting from them? How much poltergeistisms? Because poltergeist is when they start doing stuff.
Yeah,
they move around. I know that you have the voice box, but are they moving shit? Are they chandeliers?
Oh, for sure. Oh, yeah. Chandelier. Well, not just that. Doors, chairs, things sliding across. You can actually hear Spanish being spoken over your shoulder. It's like you'll turn over and there's nobody there. It's really shocking to think about it because, I mean, my job's pretty easy. I tell a story or two and then I let the building do the talking.
Wow. That's amazing, dude. I'm over here like I do stand up and I'm like, I got to do my whole bit. It's like you can go in and then you got this guy trying to do his set, that whole theater kid, like that guy, the guy who unfortunately committed suicide. Yeah, the guy who did the 12 years of a cigar rolling, thought he was going to make it, didn't make it. Sorry, bro, but like he's doing half the bits. You're just kind of walking
him in. Comedian, when you get that moment in the sun, you got to jump on it.
Yeah, you got exactly, dude. Yo, thanks for coming in, man. Is there anything anywhere you want to point our viewers and let them know like where to come check it out?
Absolutely. If you want to, you can see our website, yborghosttour.com, and it'll give you some information about what we're doing here. We're a mom and pop business. I started it with my father back in 2010. I've been holding it down for myself for the past about 7 years now, and well, it's just a privilege to be able to do this.
That's so cool that you and your dad started this business together. That's fun, man.
Yeah. We knew how crazy this town was. We knew we could tell these stories, and when you present it a certain way, people do recognize that. That's why we got so many awards. What can I say? I pat myself on the back a little bit for how much pride I have for this business.
God is great, brother. That's thank you. I'm glad that you're abundant. We're happy that you came on to tell us about this. And yeah, I got to come check it out. I'm gonna message you.
Oh, I can't wait. I'll send you a little message and we'll get together.
Yeah, I'm in Florida for Podfest. It's like supposed to be the biggest podcast festival in the world, 25th to 29th. It's in Orlando though. I don't know how far is that from you.
It's about an hour and a half, not too far.
Okay,
quick drive, not too bad.
Quick drive, yeah, dude, that could be sick, man. To come see some ghost stories, that would be amazing.
On my way, I'll give you a good tour, I guarantee it. And then we'll go out for a drink in Ybor. How's that sound?
Dude, that sounds amazing. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Cheers, man. Have a good night.
All right, homie, peace. Wow. You see that? You see who we get? Award-winning ghost tour. We got ghost professionals here, people. We got ghost professionals. Right now we got Sai Kit coming on. He's a comedian, but he has 2 ghost stories for us. Yeah, thanks. Thank you so much, Max Herman, for coming on. And make sure you guys, if you're in Florida, go to Ybor City, Ghost Tour Ybor City. Man, I had no idea about Ybor. I had no idea Ybor was this hot, sexy thing. You know what I'm saying? Where the rum runners are coming out of and all that stuff. I had no idea, but this is what the ghost tours are for. Real. Honestly, I mean, the stories are fun. The stories are fun, but you are learning history with the ghost
hey.
tours. Thanks, everyone. And yeah, look, we got our comedian guest on right now. Sai Kit is here. Sai Kit has 2 ghost stories for us.
Can you
Thanks, man. Let me put on some ghost music actually, and I'm gonna step away for 2 seconds, Sai. And while I step away, just tell the people about you. And hold up, let me know if this music sounds too loud. Or Sai, why don't you jump in and tell the people about yourself as a comic and stuff like that? And I'm gonna just switch my audio because I'm getting like a little bit of a feedback issue. But Sai, thanks for coming, baby. Love you.
Thank you.
We've been comedy with this guy for like 10 years. We've just been around.
It feels like I still don't know you.
I know. I barely see you. I mean, this COVID has been like it's been dead for like I don't know. Yesterday I did a show at Comedy Bar. It was amazing. Really? But yeah, it's been 2 years of COVID too. You know what I'm saying? But dude, we've had some weird podcast moments. Like I knew that you were the guy to bring on the podcast. Ever since you remember when you and JJ Lieberman.
Yes, I still remember. I regret everything I said.
You regret everything you said on that podcast.
Was I too bold? Was I too forward with my outrageous things that I said? I
thought what you said was okay. I didn't think you were. I thought actually it was interesting the things you were saying, and like the you were saying on that podcast. I guess stuff about how... No,
don't say it.
We can't say it. But listen, always something wild with Sai Kit. You never know what's going to come out. I just remember the last line, and it didn't record. But we were going through an hour of the podcast, and then the last thing you said was like, but why did she kick me in the nuts? And we're like, did we get that? And he was like, yo, we stopped recording. We just missed that one, like the whole time you're talking about this, right? And then you go, but why did she kick me in the nuts? And it just got cut, and we ended the podcast. It was so weird.
I think that was a ghost. That was not me.
Yeah, no, clearly there was some kind of ghost issue because that old house that we were in, it was in the basement too. So there's ghost kind of stuff, right?
I'm supposed to be in a haunted house right now.
Oh, you're living in a haunted house?
Yeah, that's what my younger brother said. We grew up. I was already 16 when I moved into this house, but he keeps saying he sees ghosts everywhere, here and there. And one time when I was sleeping on the sofa, I woke up and then I saw my mom in white robe standing, like just staring down at me. I think that was what they call sleep paralysis. But you know what? My mom is still alive.
Wait a minute. So you saw your mom as a ghost and your mom is still alive though?
Yeah, but the thing is, my younger brother also see her as a ghost in the exact same white robe, and we never communicated that before until we were adult. I said, Mom, I saw Mom as a ghost in the house. So you know what? That made me think these days I have a theory. Hey, are you here? Oh, I'll just keep talking then. I assume I'm still on the live thing. Maybe Amish went to washroom, so let me take over. Okay. So my theory is that the ghosts that we're seeing is what we believe we manifest them. like the interdimensional being that we see on psychedelic or mushroom, or the haunted houses. When a lot of people believe this house is haunted and it start to manifest. So my younger brother, his sort of like energy through his paranoia or whatever, manifest something that even I can see. So have you been listening to me?
Yeah, I hear you. You're saying your brother was like more into it, but you are the one who got the haunting.
No,
There's a ghost in the house you're in right now. You're saying
we both saw her, but then I think there was something that my younger brother created through his belief and paranoia, and
right?
he created something real. So all the ghosts that we have seen, my theory is that we create them through our manifesting process.
Yeah, a lot of people teach that like the ghost is basically some unresolved issue in your life, and then the ghost is your way of like. Yeah, I think house ghosts are like that. But if you're visiting a place and you see a ghost, that I think is legit ghost, bro.
I think when this ghost is created by other people, you can see it too.
Yeah. You can see there. So you can you see, or do you find that it's more of like a feeling of like
No,
I
believe you can create an entity through intense belief, and that entity other people can see because it's real now.
This music is perfect for you. Can you hear the music?
Yeah, I can hear it. Not scary for me. So you think? Okay,
don't be such a tough guy.
Important facts here. So I was a Christian before, right? So
okay.
When I say in the name of Jesus Christ, blah blah blah, I rebuild you ghosts, and then the haunting stopped. So what I believe was, it was not because the Christian God was real. It was because a lot of people in Christianity, they concentrate the power. They believe this will work.
Right.
So it become like a password to stop the haunting, because we put in energy into this line.
Right. So it's basically kind of how the ghost tours work, because it's in a famous area. It's like a ton of people believe in it. So because of the ton of people believe in it, it's almost like a collective manifestation.
Yes.
They all get together and they create this ghost.
And the Christianity thing, it works the opposite way. Like through belief, you can stop something from happening.
People think they can, but you're saying, according to Christianity, you cannot.
No, I mean, I think it's the same thing. Like, okay, if I believe ghost doesn't exist, my belief can kill it or suppress it. So it's
right.
It's still it's still metaphysical.
Wow.
For example, right? There's superhuman that with superpower that can suppress other people's superpower, which is also a form of superpower, right?
Yeah, being able to suppress other people's powers is a form of superpower. Yeah, that's actually one of the best ones, actually. Yeah, the worst bad guy in Avatar, I think the second or third in the second series. Did you watch Avatar?
No, but I understand the concept.
Incredible movie, incredible show. Second series, Legend of Korra, it's incredible. Have respect, and don't say second series is not fucking incredible in the Congregaation. It's so tight, the second series. And the first bad guy, his power was taking their powers away. Kind of like in X-Men. In X-Men, they have that too. Yeah. Like Magneto. It wasn't Magneto, but it was one of the movies. The thing was like, the person takes people's powers away, and then the U.S. government gets involved with that mutant, that X-Men, or not X-Men, a mutant, and then makes needles to take away everyone's power. And that is it is so tight. It is so tight, Mac 23806. It's true. Because if you can take away their powers, they're worthless after that.
I think this explains why in this world there are a lot of people who don't see ghosts and a lot of people who see ghosts, because we are constantly in this battle, like to manifest and unmanifest things.
Right.
Through our like messy belief. Like some people believe this, some people believe that. So we neutralize each other. But I do believe like spiritual being can be created through our intense belief.
That's the thing. I actually believe that too. And you know what? I kind of want to continue this discussion, but like I said, I'm having a bit of a camera issue, and I have to go to the washroom too. So if you could hold it down, hey Habibi, I'll be right back. But yeah, keep talking. Keep talking about this manifestation theory. Okay,
Okay.
keep
Good.
going.
Let's
Thanks,
go
man.
to
Love you.
Walton. So,
Oh, oops. Sorry, wrong person. I took him off, not myself. Listen, I'll be right back. Yeah, but Sai
don't
Kit is
worry.
here for you. Incredible comedian, professional comedian in Toronto. And yeah, he's got some great insights on ghosts that I heard from him. And I was like, you know what? I said, Sai Kit, please come in, talk to the culture, talk to the community about your insights on ghosts. So I'll be right back in like 2 minutes. Sai Kit, take care of them. Thanks, baby. And I'm gonna put up a question of one of theirs so you can take a look at that as well. Thank you so much.
Sure. Guys, while Amish isn't here, let's start a cult, okay? Now you can all visit my YouTube channel called Smash Sherlock, which he will tell you about. Like Amish will give me a shout out. But let's start a new movement, okay? We're gonna manifest entity together. Well, people manifest world peace, but I think it's boring, right? Because if you manifest that, you are taking away. It's like the mutant, right? We were just talking about how some mutant can suppress the power of other mutant. Like people who pray for world peace is like that kind of people. That's what I think. But I have a second ghost story coming up. So when I was still a Christian, which is more than 10 years ago, I was very into it, right? So one of my best friend who is a Christian also, we were talking about, oh, how come a lot of the miracle in the Bible didn't come true? What about the ghost? What about the exorcist? Right? If ghost is real, then you could prove that our God is real. So we were like very into it, trying to find the evidence of spiritual beings, right? So guess what happened? Just when we were talking about exorcist, artists like Poltergeist, and we sort of manifested again this time. Not my younger brother, but my best friend. This house again happened in this house. So I was sleeping. Okay, should I wait for Amish to come back? Okay, let's talk about our cult. Maybe I can start one in Kensington, all right? And then you guys can join me physically. We can have our prayer, our sermons. We pray and we gather all the find the good thing from every religion and make it our own. How about it? Can I see you guys comment? I can't. I have to start my own because I'm not watching this video myself. Let me see. Okay, the drip. How many of you are spiritual? Yeah, live now. Okay, the cult's only power is suppressing other cult. The drip anti-cult got a ring to it. So why did I leave Christianity? Because I found out that the Christian God is not literally the way they describe it in the Bible. If anything, there are contradictions. Yeah, there are spirituality out there, obviously. We have seen haunting and stuff, right? We can see wishes do come true with our like spiritual power. But the thing is, they don't happen the way the Bible said it happens, right? The process is different. Like the Bible promise you, if you pray a certain way, have faith, and the things that will happen, and the sign and the miracle. But in real life, the miracle that I observed, the prophecy, like I have a prophetic dream too.
Yeah.
Right? It's different than what the Bible described. That's why I stopped believing in Christianity. Oh, Amish, you back.
Yo, what's up, baby? How you doing? But this is exactly the kind of discussions that we're trying to have on Spiritual Sundays here at the Drip. We're going to be focusing more on cults, to be honest. But I have a deep interest in this. I do have an interest in spirituality, and I've been becoming spirituality. And the people here know that, that's what I like to talk about. And even when I do talk about current events in politics, like this week, real quick, I did want to share this with you guys. Because this week I did a public forgiveness Sai Kit on Amber Heard.
Oh.
And
what about?
I mean, mostly about I was doing the public forgiveness as like, listen, we have to forgive her. Like we have to forgive her, meaning like, if we don't forgive her, we'll drive ourselves crazy. But this is the clip that I wanted to show people on Thursday. And I don't know why it wasn't loading at the time. It's so funny, dude. Come on.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yes, Johnny Depp is out. Of course, Johnny Depp is he's righteous. He is righteous. No, but honestly, that's why I feel like you gotta forgive Amber. Like, she's fucked now. She's screwed. You know what I mean? You don't have to be mad at her on top of it. It's over.
But
Would you go to yell at her?
she hasn't started understanding her problem yet, though. Like, you can't forgive someone if they haven't started repenting. Right?
Oh, you're saying, oh, that's it. Very interesting discussion here. So you're saying they have to repent before you can forgive.
Yeah, Johnny Depp has suffered for a few years now, and she hasn't tasted any of her own medicine yet. How can you like so quickly forgive if she hasn't tasted her own consequence yet?
Because the Buddha says that we should have unconditional forgiveness, and we should have forgiveness even for nothing. And the thing is that it's actually the most efficient way to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing. Someone shits in your bed, right? What do?
That could be a fetish. that could be kinky, okay? If you go along with it.
But they're not. You're talking about some German shit that we're talking about regular people, okay? Don't talk about your weird fetish shit.
I'm very open-minded.
You're so caught. You're just...
It could suddenly start a new fetish in me if my partner poop.
Well, maybe you're doing now it sounds like you're doing a forgiveness on Amber Heard. You're saying maybe she has some kind of a fetish.
I've always been a very forgiving person, and that's why a lot of like crazy sociopath, narcissists been like trying to like follow me around all the time until I stop being so forgiving. Like,
sorry, wait. So wait. You said that you had a problem while you were forgiving, and then when you became more aggressive and hard in the market, people started bowing down to your will. I see what you're saying, because there is that. Especially when you're dating, it's like you got to be fucking. Sometimes with girls, you got to be hard as fuck. You got to be like, I don't give a fuck, and then they just like love you. You know what I mean? It's like there is an issue there.
I'm talking about men, though. Like I'm talking about
men too. A lot of people are like, they kind of love you for not being so like, oh, you can be my friend. When
you forgive, all these sadistic people, they were just encouraged. They would just do more because they're rewarded for their behavior.
No, but that's different. See, I'm talking about. Hold on a second. Let me go back inside, because this camera, outside where I'm at, it's just I'm getting too backlit, bro, and I just want to I want my face lit up while I tell you about this. But yeah, but what a sexy background, what a beautiful background. Do you like it?
Yeah, I like the universe.
Yeah. This is
strong in you, Amish.
This is the view from my ashram. We're actually broadcasting from my digital ashram, and there's one spot where we get this view in the ashram, and it's gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? I love the builder. Ed Lachinsky built it, and he built in these like different views that I can shoot from. So I'm just gonna go back to the main room, though. I'm just gonna go back to the main room, and I want to talk about this because you're talking about being a pushover, and I'm talking about forgiveness, and they're actually two different things. But I'm gonna be. Hey, love you. Give me 1 second, okay? Yo, tell them about your YouTube channel again. It's fine. You can tell them about your YouTube channel.
Smash Sherlock. Smash. Like to be action oriented. Smash. Sherlock is the detective, right? The detective who solved crime. Like since I was little, I read about Sherlock Holmes fiction, right? And Smash is like a detective on like finding out how to smash in life. Okay. What about my ghost story? My second ghost story. I can do it quick.
Hold on. And I'm back. What's up, people? What's up? Sorry, dude. Yeah, let's do your second ghost story. And what did you say? Why are you turning Sai? This is an issue that you have, I'd say. Wow. Where you turn everything you're turning everything sexual. You said smash the like button, and then you're like, we have to smash in life, and I want to smash. No, and you're trying to hit on these, and you're trying to hit on the congregation. You're trying to bang them, aren't you?
As
You
in
are such
winning.
a Last time I did a
No.
comedy show with you,
Smash
remember?
as in winning.
Okay, Smash like winning. Smash Sherlock. Okay, great. You know what? Check out Smash Sherlock. What kind of stuff are you doing over there?
What?
What
So
kind of stuff are you doing? Like, what kind of are you just putting up your stand up?
I analyze body behavior, how to be funny, charisma, social skill,
Oh,
how to be funny. Like I also
Oh.
analyze like video footage, like you do. You just did.
you're just doing a stand like a okay, Smash Sherlock, but the whole theme of it is that you're like you have to be a big man and you have to smash. If you're a big man, you smash, and that's Smash Sherlock.
No,
Is
that's
that
not
it?
what I mean. That's just what you think. Hey, stop exposing me.
What? I didn't expose. What did I expose?
Maybe I should change the name from Smash Sherlock to Win Sherlock.
Baby, you got to believe in yourself. Here, so you're Smash Sherlock.
Yeah.
This is a comedy channel. I like that. Very direct, very clear advertising. And then here, writing jokes with me with my left hand. Will Smith is brainwashed. Investigative video.
Yeah.
I like your titles, brother. I like your game. Investigative video. No, but I actually want my Thursday show now is going to be public forgiveness. So, because I am trained in loving kindness, I'm certified in loving kindness, right? So I was like, I want to do the political show is going to be forgiveness, because doing these political topics, it's very sad and it's not good for you. And that's why even with Amber Heard, Johnny Depp, I wanted to talk about it, but I was like, you know what? Let's make it a public forgiveness. Let's not do just another. I've been talking shit about her too. Don't say simp. I've been talking shit about her for a good year on this channel, saying that she's out of control. She's beating the shit out of Johnny. I've been saying it for a year and a half, 2 years now on this channel, right here on the drip.
I've been talking about how men were like not being treated unfairly on Facebook, but this is a mistake. I shouldn't have posted about it on Facebook. And then I get semi-cancelled because of what I said on Facebook post.
What did you get canceled for?
Like they said I'm anti-woman and anti-feminist, but you didn't pay attention to those drama, right?
No.
Like in the comedy scene. So
I don't like the comedy scene drama. I don't like that you guys are I don't like that people are going on and getting into fights. But you got into it. They canceled you. Fuck, we're fucked. God damn it! You should have told me. You're canceled. So you're canceled. Holy shit! There goes the channel. There goes the fucking channel over here. What the fuck? What did you get canceled for?
Like I just said, my Facebook post when I talk about things like Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, but a few years back, other case studies, like I said, like you got to be more fairly treating both gender and stuff like that. But I do it jokingly. I do it jokingly. And
see, guys, let's have a loving kindness for Sai Kit right here, because look, you made a mistake. You know what happened, Sai Kit, is that at that point in the culture. Here's the thing. I said it on this show, like I'd say about a year and a half ago, and I think just nobody cared.
Yeah, nobody
said it within the stand-up comedy community, and you're saying they all cancel you. So how many people are trying to cancel you? Like 20 people? Because the stand-up comedy community in Toronto, they do these cancels on each other, and it's like none of you matter. Like you can't cancel anyone because none of you are making money, and none of you are like I guess you're canceled from the open mic scene. Like they do that kind of cancel where they're like, okay, you're not allowed. We won't be booking you on our stand-up comedy shows, and then it's like
some of the show that I could have didn't get on, so it kind of hindered my growth as a comedian. I need stage time and to test my jokes, right?
It's funny because like Ryan Long, I remember when he was in Toronto, he was like kind of getting that kind of energy, and then he's just like, fuck it, I don't want to go to any of these rooms. I'll just do my rooms, and I'll fucking rip it hard. And yeah, it's almost like. So okay, wait. Hold on. What did you say though? Because did you just come out? What I said on this show, what I was saying 2 years ago is that, hey, everyone, Johnny Depp's just getting the shit kicked out of him from this woman. She's doing it under the guise of feminism. It's fucked up. Can we talk about it?
Similar.
And that's all you said. You didn't say women are whores or some shit.
No, come on.
You didn't add in any. And this is why feminism is all a mistake. You didn't add nothing like that because you never know with you, dude. You might have added some shit like that. And that's why feminism as a whole has to be stopped. And then people are like, okay, well, we don't want you to do the show then. And is that what happened? Or did you say something very reasonable and very...
Maybe you haven't seen me very often all the time, but you know my character. People don't deviate from the character.
People don't deviate from which character? Your character?
Yeah, like I don't get out of character. Like what you have seen me before, like that's enough sample for you to know what I would say on Facebook posts. I wouldn't say something like totally like crazy because you know me, right? Kind of.
You seem like nice, and yet you seem like, yeah, maybe people want to cancel you for some shit that you said. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always feel like you're nice, and I feel like you're harmless. I do trust you. Like, I think
Exactly.
you are harmless ultimately. Like, you would not touch anyone. And I'm not saying that that's the standard for being out in public, whatever, but you wouldn't touch it. But you just have some views that are like Amber Heard's a whore, and and women are all whores now, and society's fucked because the men are not gonna. Is there anything like that? I'm saying, is there anything like that? Or no, you don't touch that. You wouldn't.
No,
You wouldn't go. You're not going red pill on it.
I'm just saying men don't get believed, but a lot of women they could falsely accuse men of rape, but when it didn't happen, things like that.
Okay, see, nobody wants to hear that from you. I would say, okay, see, here's the difference, right? See, like, I didn't touch, see, now you said the R word. You know, even here on YouTube, apparently, you can't say the word because, like, they don't even have a canceling team site. They have an algorithm that just says, R word detected, demonetized, not available in this many places. Like, it's like down to, like, you know what they do? They have an algorithm that's like, it says, it hears the word, it hears the R word, and it goes, and then it goes, first they just go demonetized. Yeah. Second, don't, and then I think they just go, they probably have a database. The algorithm is so smart, it probably has a database of SJWs and like left-wing people, and it's like, will not be shown to 60% of the market. Like, it's just like, it's like cutting your video off. So like, yeah, it just won't, you know what I mean?
But it's Facebook post, so it was happening inside the community. It's not not the public. But anyways, so I love both gender. I love all people, but I also criticize everybody.
Hold on. Did you just say I love both gender? Ben Shapiro? Are you one of these anti-trans people? We're fucked, dude. Guys, we're fucked.
Again?
You just said both gender. You piece of shit. This is YouTube. You can't say both gender. Say all LGBTQ 500 genders. If you don't believe in 500 unlimited genders.
Yes, I'm
72 according to Facebook. Doesn't Facebook say 72?
Why not? In the future, we can change our body with like advanced future technology. Like anything, anyone can be anybody.
That's right. Okay, so you truly believe that. You don't. You've never said anything. Okay, then God is great, brother. You're supportive of. So it sounds to me like you're supportive of the trans community.
Yeah.
It sounds to me like you're not. But what you did maybe is. So, but you're saying that you posted about this Amber Heard shit,
no,
like 2 years ago.
I didn't post Amber Heard. I'm just saying something similar. Like there are a lot of cases even before Amber Heard, right? A lot of cases.
Oh, okay, that makes it very different, brother. Because what you're basically saying, here's the issue, right? Is that here's the thing, right? Whoever you were talking about, let me ask something.
Thank you.
The person you were talking about, the people you were talking about, did they poo in the bed? Did they poo in the bed? Because if they didn't poo in the bed, maybe that doesn't give you the cover to talk shit for some like anti-woman shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, maybe let the past be past and right. It's so I don't even remember now. It was so long ago. The post, like don't
worry about it.
I was rational. I didn't call anybody names.
Okay.
My second ghost story. Okay.
Great. Let's go to second ghost story. You're right. That's right. Let's be positive. Let's go to second ghost story. I mean, you know me, I always want to hear about a cancel because I feel like that's important for the culture. And we are a place of unconditional loving kindness. So we do want to hear. I actually want to have I actually want people who get canceled to come here and be like, what happened? What did you do?
It's very hard to get canceled in the community. As long as you're funny, you get canceled somehow. Like you get semi-canceled a little bit. Because ultimately people are jealous. They want to step on your corpse and to climb the status ladder. Right? Yeah. A lot of people, especially if they're not about being funny, they're about like seeking status. They want to do that to people who have some status. I would say I have some status because I was funny. So by canceling me, it makes some people look good, even though it won't last. It is just it's a lie. Like people are living a lie. by canceling me, right?
Right. So you're saying that it's basically clout. I mean, I've definitely seen it happen. I guess the Amber Heard is kind of like a case of that, where she just used. It's almost like she used feminism as a come up, in the sense that like, it's almost like she just planned the whole thing, and it was all part. You know what I was saying on Thursday actually is that it's almost like it was like Hillary Clinton time. So it was like I'm with her, and then that became I'm with Heard. I was like I'm with her became I'm with Heard. Because people didn't even know the story, and they were like, they just fired him from everything.
I saw that this very funny skit you did with Ryan Long, the male feminist video.
Yeah, which one was that? Let me find it.
Remember, like I stand. Like, do you remember that video? That
wait. It's called Male Feminist. Ryan Long, was I in that one?
Yeah, you were in that one. You were good. And that was what I wanted to say. I criticized male feminists, and then some feminists said, I just want to discourage men from becoming ally. That's what they said. I said, no. I was debating them, and then like, oh.
This was such a funny sketch that I did for Ryan Long. Oh my God, this is so funny. Ally Weekly.
I'm having a hard time getting the sidebar under 500 words.
Maybe I can come over later and help you out with that.
Guys, we have less than 48 hours to decide what this kind of story is going to be. You know?
This sketch is actually so funny. Sai, I totally forgot that I shot this. I had hair. Wow, what a treat for the whole community. Let's watch this sketch. It's so funny because, yeah, this is this is Ally Weekly. Let's watch it.
Ally Weekly is the first publication for allies by allies. Those allies are counting on us.
Here.
And even though I'm editor-in-chief, I'm obviously taking up a little bit too much space.
Good for you. Brave.
Ladies, I will allow you the floor, and I will remind you we are allies, so you're super safe.
You're safe. We're allies.
Okay, so as you know, it is prom season.
Oh my God, I love it.
Brilliant.
And so I found this story about a girl who was turned away from her prom because her dress was too provocative.
That's disgusting. Boils my blood.
Women should not be told what to wear.
Exactly. So I was thinking,
An article about why women...
It's so weird to watch myself. Is anyone seeing this? Yo, Best Scams Fun, Best Adult Dating Site is here, dude. Do not click. Who is this guy coming in here with these scam dating sites? Dude, this is so funny. Wow. Am I a psycho? Sai, am I a psycho? Like, I'm doing a podcast where I'm watching a sketch with where I'm in it. Let's watch it. It's so funny.
To be able to dress like sluts at prom if they want.
Dress, no dress, topless, breasts are a part of nature.
Yeah, the best part.
I don't really think that was her point.
No. If this horophobic principal is running around covering breasts, well, then we as allies have a duty to stop it. Hashtag free the puppies.
Thank you. Someone said it.
well, the school has a history of institutionalized sexism. So
Settled. Good idea. We're going to run the free the puppy story. And the front page, I want a huge picture of the girl's guts. Really let the patriarchy and the principal know that women are not going to be held down.
I'm not even letting her speak. Thank you.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry if we overstepped. Guys, let's do a privilege check. Check. We stand with. Ladies, I will give the court back to you. And remember,
We stand with. Sai says we stand with.
We stand with.
Okay, so when I was young, my dad died.
Typical.
I put together an emotional first-person story about my life called Don't Judge Me.
A slut-shaming piece. I love it.
Great.
Excuse me?
When Pops died, you went on a bit of a rampage, huh?
What? No, what exactly about my life story means slut-shaming?
No, he's saying that they shouldn't slut shame you. You're not listening.
Exactly. I'm saying, if you're a really big slut, it's okay if you kind of go around sleeping with everyone.
Friends, colleagues,
Co-workers.
What?
Co-workers.
Women should be sleeping with 10 guys a
This
week.
is
That's
so
your right as a woman. And I'm not going to budge on that number. If you want to get plowed, there is no
I
rush.
have a boyfriend.
He does not own you.
Guys, can we just focus on the story?
I'm so sorry. We're allies. We need to stay focused.
Please.
When your dad died, how many men did you liberate your body with?
Who were the men? And could you please be descriptive for the readers?
Listen, I'm gonna post a link to this. This is such an incredible sketch, dudes. Man, I was just out partying, and I was saying we were talking about how like it would be so good to do a club, like a nightclub sketch comedy show of just all the dumb shit that happens at nightclubs. Yeah, that's such a good series, man. What an incredible series. Thank you for that.
I want to do an impression of you. He doesn't own you.
He doesn't own you. You know why he hired me for that? Because I used to do a bit, and I kind of did it on the show last week, where I was like, where I say something like, thank you, but it's like I say thank you, but I don't really mean thank you. Like it's like a passive aggressive thank you. So I put last week I did a show that was like super fans only. If you don't love me and love my show, you can leave now. Thank you. And it was like that kind of thank you. I think he saw me do that on stage and he was like, bro, we need that energy. We need that. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, I know some people are. And you know what's crazy is that the guys who act like that, like do you remember in Toronto, there's a guy in Canada, there's a guy, Gian Gomeshi. Do you remember that whole story?
Yeah.
He was like the biggest dude. He had this radio show. It was the fucking hottest. It was the hottest radio show in the game. Like I know girls, friends of mine who are feminists were like, did you hear the Gian Gomeshi? Did you hear his monologue? Did you hear this week's monologue from Gian? Okay, go listen to it. Go listen to it and then we'll talk. Because he knows what's right. He knows whatever. And then turns out he was like just beating the shit out of girls behind the scenes.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can't trust if someone's being too aggressively like that. That's why you can't trust them. If I say bitch, that's how you know I'm cool. What's that?
That's what I post about on Facebook. Then people get mad at me. I said like I basically call out on the fake allies. I was like, there's a fake ally things going on.
Oh, you did a post like that, and that's what got your cancel. It was like you did a thing of like, there's a lot of bullshit, white knight, male feminists talking this shit, and then they're grabbing your titties after, and you don't even know, like something like that.
And then when that made up fake story about me, said I follow women, said I was creepy in his show. But I do many shows. He is the only producer who said I got complaint from audience. In fact, his audience appeared on my YouTube channel. I think he was jealous or something. And then he made up this story on Facebook forum, like the old TSUC forum. And then all the people who hate me suddenly come out and say, yeah, Sai
So
Kit
Vandad did a story about you. So Vandad's been on this show, and I think he's going to come back tomorrow or this week to talk about some politics stuff. We actually found some good reaction clips for a public forgiveness on military industrial complex and all of the recruiting that they're doing, how much they're hurting the Americans. So we're going to do like a video about that probably this week. But I'll have to take it up with him, and I'll have to say that Sai Kit says that you unfairly. Honestly, like I don't understand why the fighting on Facebook. Like we all have work to do. And look, this isn't just you, this like cancel fighting or like him posting a story about you, but I'm even just talking about like, I can't believe how many comics are just like, I'm going to fucking punch that guy because he gets all the fucking TV shit, that piece of shit. And I'm like, guy, you're going to hit someone. Like, it does seem like a lot of fighting and not enough collaboration. You know, and you know me, I'm unconditional loving kindness. So I want that and I want to see that for the culture. But it does seem like a lot of people I see it too, man. I mean, a lot of artists in general, some people are working on cancels, but then some people, I know a lot of guys who do this thing where they're just bullying, like they're just mean guys. And you're like, what is your fucking problem, dude? Like, I don't even know you.
I'm going to ask Vandad so that he can do the same thing to me all over again. I will have to talk to him in real life. You know what I'm saying? If he says shit again.
No. Enough of this.
Okay.
Enough of this. This is a community, brother. This is what are you listening to me? I'm saying we need to stop fighting as a culture. Don't get caught up in the fighting, brother.
Okay.
This is a community. It's unacceptable that people within, listen, whether it's two countries or it's two comics fighting over a $10 fucking set in Toronto. God damn it.
Right.
There's no money in this business. We're all going to be working together until we're like 60. What's the fighting? You're spending half of your goddamn time fighting with each other. It's ridiculous. And most industries have this. Even like my nephew's girlfriend is working at like a butterfly conservatorium. And I was like, oh, what's hard? Like, what's the hardest part about? She was saying she's stressed. I'm like, you're stressed? Like, what's the hardest part about working at a butterfly conservatorium? And she's like, the politics, cutthroat. It's just a bunch of Karens in there. It's just a bunch of small town Karens fucking jockeying, dude. If you fucking come put your pudding in their spot in the kitchen, it might just get squashed in your locker or some shit. It's a butterfly conservatorium. You know what I mean? Like they're fighting and stuff. They're like protecting their position. They're spending more time on fighting than doing their work. So we have to watch ourselves too, man. Because I've had this I've had this in my career too. Like people, this is where unconditional loving kindness is very powerful teaching. It's like you have to watch yourself and not get caught up in these fights. It's ridiculous.
Okay, so when he's on your show, just make sure he doesn't talk shit about me. Anyways, at least the unverified thing. Okay,
I will. If he says something negative about you, I'll say, excuse me. I'll say the same thing that I just said to you. I'll say to him.
Okay, go
No
stop.
fighting. No fighting. Go talk to him. Say whatever your issue is.
Okay, ghost story now, right?
Ghost story. Let's do second ghost story, and then we're gonna read all the comments. If anyone else wants to comment here, I'm gonna just post a link in here. Sai Kit, great. Thanks for coming, man. You've been a great guest. You know, you've had good stories. You're telling us. This is very wise, very, very wise stuff you're telling us.
Oh, thank you. So
sorry about the cancel.
So when I was still a Christian, right? Me and my Christian buddy was like wondering why all this miracle, all this like miraculous power that the Bible promised didn't exist. Like there might be some spiritual stuff going on, but it's not the way the Bible said it would happen. It's like a Bible is like a faulty science book on spirituality. It's like it doesn't match what we observe. So I was like, if we could just test it by seeing some real ghosts and cast the demon out, maybe that would prove that our God is real, right? So we were talking about that. Guess what? Shortly after, when I was sleeping in this house, I dreamed about this buddy in my dream, but it was a nightmare. He was usually gentle and small. He's a small guy, but then in the dream, he suddenly attacked me physically.
Holy shit.
And then when he attacked me, when they're about to like touch me or whatever, I woke up, but then his hand came out of the dream. His hand. So I was covering my bed sheet, right? And then you know how that sheet is rise up like a wave coming at me, like under the sheet coming at me. And then the hand just come out like this. Like
this happened to you?
From my bed sheet, yeah. When I just woke up. And then to make sure this is not a dream anymore, this is real, I stay up, I keep my eyes open.
Wow.
And then I woke up and then I climb out of bed and then search the whole house for the hand, because the hand disappeared, obviously. The material.
So the hand came. Okay, wait. So your bed sheets turned into like waves in an ocean.
Yeah.
They almost attacked you. Well, it's almost like just one ghost, one little silly kid ghost is in there, zooms towards you.
Yeah.
Then at the end, hand comes out.
Yeah.
And it's gonna like palm your head or something.
Like something like that, like that.
Oh, it actually got to hitting you. You didn't. It actually hit you, and it was just like it's just being silly.
Like brushing me.
That's very creepy. That is very creepy, and don't laugh at that because that does sound just silly. Like it's not even like the hand came up and just said ha ha. Like it's not even like that punch. It's like you're so beautiful, like that.
Yeah, and then it disappeared. So I climb out of bed in like 4 a.m. in the morning or something. I searched the whole house for this hand, and that hand is never to be found again. But I stayed up for the whole time to make sure I didn't dream. It wasn't just a dream. I stayed up.
Right. You stayed up.
Yeah. So that was the last haunting I have ever had.
You know what? Katsunio 25 says creepy. Yeah, correct. It is creepy, and I like this picture that you have. Katsunio 25. Katsunio, yeah. I like this picture. It's very fitting for the show. And you know what? It is almost like to punch you in the face. That's basic. That's nothing. To start, you're so beautiful. Oh yeah, I'm gonna pound your ass, like something like that. Now you're running scared. Now you're up for 2-3 hours. You're running around the house. Where is it? What's going on? I honestly have done checks of the house. Who here in the comments has ever done a check of the house in the middle of the night? Because this is one of the things that happened last week too. We had a guy, Ocho Cinco's here, and he goes, ghosts aren't real. Neither is Santa Claus. And I said, hey, cool it. Because someone just told me about a ghost detector app. And I remember I saw the ghost detector app and I'm like, yeah, sick. I'll just download it. And then I'm like, are you stupid? You're not downloading this shit. Because if I open up this fucking ghost detector and I see a little ghost in the corner, well, guess what? Poppy's not going to sleep tonight. So turn the shit off and don't download a dumbass ghost detector. Then I find out there's 5 ghosts in the house. I can't sleep. So This is an issue that I've had as well, though, where you start checking all the doors and closets, because I've done that before, dude. I've done that into my 30s. I've done it. Who here in the audience has done it? I have done that multiple times. Yeah, sometimes you just want to check. Listen, in our defense, it could be just a guy. But no, I do think it's a ghost. I do look around thinking, like, what's the ghost? Basically, I have two techniques. Two techniques. One is I call Hanuman, but then sometimes I call Hanuman, and if I'm creeped out, then I will check the closets and doors. But Sai, I interrupted you. Tell me, continue. So you checked the whole house. What did you find? Did you find any signs of ghosts? Did you find anything? Nothing.
I got like kind of angry because I feel like I got challenged by a ghost as a Christian, right? So I utilized that Christian power to suppress what is happening. And then even after I stopped being a Christian, it still won't happen again. So through intense disbelief, I sort of like cleansed the house of all the haunting by actively not believing in it. Killed it.
You destroyed all your ghosts.
Yeah, because you can unbelieve them just like how you believe them in the beginning. You can unbelieve them into.
Well, that seems to be the Western system, and I did do that myself. But like I said, a lot of these Westerners that'll tell you, I don't believe in ghosts, I don't believe in God, I don't believe in this, I don't believe in that. And then in the middle of the night, they hear something, and then they freeze. Because that's the standard technique over here in the West. I feel like people just freeze, and they think if I freeze, it doesn't know. It'll just go, the ghost is going away. And really, these ghosts are kind of punking them, if you think about it. The ghost is probably looking over them like, better not move, bitch. Better not fucking move. And it's punking them. But that's why the Hindus, we actually have a different technique. And I was telling the people about this last time. But we call upon the monkey god Hanuman. And actually, Natasha Razor was saying earlier that she calls Virgin Mary. She calls Mary, Mother Mary, to come, and Mother Mary gets rid of the ghosts. Hanuman is here to get rid of the ghosts. So, you know, those are also very powerful techniques. And then what do? You check the closets, but didn't you do a prayer before?
Yeah, remember the line that in the name of Jesus, I cast you out demons, sort of something like that? Right.
So you just freestyled one of those.
Yeah. Because just like a lot of some religion, they make you write those like some sort of like special symbol on a paper, and it has power because whatever system, like as long as there are enough people believing in it, it give it power. So
wow, dude,
like have power, and then
that's why Hanuman works. That's probably why Hanuman works.
Yes, I think so too.
Of course, Hanuman's a big one, and actually, there's actually like Hanuman is like the official inside of Hinduism. Not a lot of stuff is really official like that, but Hanuman is the official like ghost exorcist. There are entire towns and temples that worship him, and then I remember I went to this small town that was all dedicated to this Hanuman temple, and the Hanuman temple. It was basically like a place where you can go if you have a permanent ghost, you go there and they can get the ghost out. So Hanuman is our guy, but I guess you're saying, I guess it's because so many people believe in him. If you have millions of people believing in him, and I told people last week too, I told people like, listen, if you believe in Hanuman is here, and he has unconditional love for you, and he wants to fight. He's down to fight if it's a good cause, if you're righteous, which technically against a ghost you are. So, you know, just to let the people know, public service announcement. If you're feeling scared, if you're feeling like whatever, Hanuman is here. And look at how innocent he is. He's such a nice guy, and he's brahmachari. So apparently he doesn't have sex. So you don't have to worry about any, you know?
Yeah, I don't worry about that part. So I believe in the Olympian god and the demigod, the half man, half human god. Maybe in the human history, it actually happened before, right? Maybe they did exist because maybe in the old time, the technology was based on faith. Like they create temple to collect, to harness the metaphysical power from the belief of average people. So that was the technological system. That was the science of the older time.
That's like science fiction science. It is like what you're doing is basically science fiction science. You're doing the science of like, Yeah, it's like these people that say that like if they said they did a study where thousands of people all did a loving kindness meditation at the same time. And then there was like less bombing. It was like the most peaceful time. There's some study like that. And they did it in Israel too. It's supposed to be legit. And people tell me about it. I'm like, yeah, sick. Yo, send it to me. I don't know. I haven't seen it. Like, I want to see the study, but it's like, it's so silly. Holy shit. Dude, bestcams.fun. Here's the thing, right? Everyone, is that there's obviously some spammer in our chat room and they're spamming the shit out of our video, bestcams.fun. But here's the thing. The last time I went to one of these sites, it was actually so funny, dude. So I'm just going to look that up. But Sai, continue your story. You looked for the ghosts. What happens next? Do you find anything? Are you, that's it? What's going on?
That was the end of it. Whenever I say that line, even as a non-Christian now, I use that line still sometimes. It stopped any funny business in the house.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, so my family has that too. Like we have, look, the Hindus have a bunch of prayers. Obviously, the Virgin Mary, Natasha Razor was talking about that. So, you got a bunch of like, we clearly have a bunch of systems here.
I think they all works.
Yeah, it all works because there's some kind of belief in it. And Baked Potato 24 says, don't go there, you'll get hacked. Sorry, real quick. Don't promote the site. I know what you mean, right? Yeah, you're right. No, it's honestly, it's nothing. It's nothing. Yeah, turning it off. If someone could ban them. Is there any wrenches in the audience? Hold up. Put user on timeout. Done. They're on timeout. Oh, wow. Dude, I have power. Do you see how much power I have?
What happened?
I just put these bestcams.fun idiots. They're putting some kind of a pornography phishing program in our congregation as if we'd have some thirsty ass bitches in our congregation. Dude, our congregation, people are fucking. And they're going to fall for this bestcams.fun nonsense, dude. But the last time I got one of these, Sai, it's actually on an old video. It was a working link. I click on the link. It says, hey, do you want to have sex with hot local girls, but you're not going to tell everyone about it?
So where's your power in this?
And then you click yes. And then the next question, it says, okay, but only join the site if you are horny and ready to have sex right away with the hottest women, but you won't tell everyone and whatever. And then you click yes. And then it says, but this is only for people who want casual sex, not serious relationship, just casual sex. They are horny and just women right by you. It's a website for that. And then you click yes. And then you have to start, you have to pay them. You have to pay and sign up for the site. But while it's asking the questions, the background imagery was a topless women's rights parade. So whoever made this ad, they put a topless women's rights parade, and then they put these questions for like this fake dating site. But and their whole angle was like, feminism has made these women such hoes that we've made a site where they're all signed up here and they just want to bang you. Don't sign up if you want a serious relationship. Do you promise? And then you have to say no. Great site. Anyway.
Too much hoop to jump.
Continue the story. What's that?
Too much hoop to jump. Too much standard. They have too high standard. Like you have to be casual and you can't tell anybody about it. Like there's so much requirement. I can't do it.
You're like, no, I'll fall in love. No.
I easily fall in love. I'm too loyal. It's too hard for me. Too difficult.
No, that'll break my heart. No, never mind.
Exactly. It will break my heart.
I don't want to get my heart broken again. No.
I like to play by women and break my heart all the time. Like, it's what I need from my body.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah, that was it. That was all the story, and from that I deduced that in the old time, a lot of demigod, Olympian god, the giant could be because they collected the power of people's belief and they became powerful. And
right.
Today we don't know how to do that anymore because we don't believe in it, or maybe there's a secret group of people who still know how to do it, but then they tell the world, don't believe it, believe in science. All this woo stuff is fake, and then so that they can monopolize the knowledge.
Oh, you're saying that the whole like Western idea of like, don't believe in any ghosts, don't believe in anything, don't be an idiot. I guess it's kind of like last time we were doing Johnny Depp, we were doing like a Johnny Depp Amber Heard public forgiveness. And I get like Steven Coffeezilla, who I started this channel with, he's been doing a bunch of these live streams about this token called Safe Moon. And like he came in being like, Safe Moon is a scam, fight me, debate me. And the first one is like aggressive, like they're coming to fight, and he's just like, no, fuck you, no, you're done, no, you're out, no, I have the proof, whatever. By the third episode, he's like, hey guys, listen, I just want to let the people know that you might be signing up for a scam. And then you hacked my Twitter account, and now you're selling Safe Moon on my Twitter account. Give back the account, please. Give back the account. This is bullshit. What are you doing? Right? Like, it was like, they come for blood, those people. And they were pissed that even they come into the joint, like, talk about something that matters, like Safe Moon. Talk about Safe Moon, idiot. I bought $10,000 of Safe Moon. My wife's going to fucking leave me. Talk about Safe Moon. It's basically some crypto scam. Are you into that? Are you signed up for anything weird like that?
No.
Okay.
No. I actually warn people about it too. And then they don't listen.
Anyway, all that just to say that people seem to have this aggressiveness on, like, what are you, stupid? You believe in ghosts? And then they believe in something stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, they believe in something, not stupid, but they believe in something. It's like, it's almost weird. It's like this life, and this is a great discussion for Spiritual Sundays here on the Drip. But it's like this life, like the fact that we're here is a magic.
Yeah.
Like, you could say that scientifically, there's no reason why we should be animated. So you could say that there's already a ghost in us, and that, you know what I mean? Like, we're already animating this body. And then it's true too, what you're saying is that whether you want to say metaphorically or it's weird. People are getting caught up in this. Like, is it literally true or is it not? Like, okay, you're doing a ghost story. You're learning about the history. You hear about this person. There's a life lesson. It's a fun thing to do. Honestly, go check it out. How do you know? You don't even have to believe in it. I think it's just better to have an attitude of like, I want to hear about it. I want to hear the theories. I love hearing theories. Dude, I've been watching this spiritual teacher on YouTube, and he just talks about how, like, we're all made of loving kindness, but then he's going into this science. It's incredible. He's got numbers and everything. He's like, okay, if you're operating at a vibration of 800 to 1000, what you are doing is you are at the chakra level of this. And at that chakra level, the energy comes in at a higher rate, and you have more loving kindness in order to benefit the world. And like, listen, I think it works as a metaphor. It's weird. I do believe in it. And then even Sam Harris, who is like a famous atheist, I call him Baba Sam Harish. He's now teaching loving kindness meditation. So I don't know. I don't know what to think about it. I don't know what to think. You know what I mean? Like, we're all alive. It's like this parable of like a guy on a horse. Like, someone just rushes through a town on a horse, and people are like, I don't know. I don't know what the exact story is, but like at some point they catch him, whatever or like they were able to ask him like, hey, where are you going? And the guy says, I don't know. But the whole point is that they're saying that we are like the guy on the horse in this life. Like, we came in and it's going. It's almost like we woke up in the middle of a basketball game and we're just like, okay, like I have that uniform and I know how bad, like you just start playing. Yeah. So in this life, we come in and we just start playing. A bunch of people told us, don't believe in this thing. There's nothing else, whatever. So I guess it is like fashion and culture. Like, right now, it's fashion in America to be like, oh, I'm atheist. What are you, stupid? Like, I don't believe in that. You're an idiot, whatever. But it's interesting. It's still, I think it's better to talk about it. It's more interesting.
Do you believe in law of attraction? Like, I believe not only can you manifest like spiritual being, you can manifest materialistic thing like money, like bad, like war. Like, even being canceled can be something that get manifest because people hate me or because of my own fear of getting canceled, and then it manifests.
So what the Buddha basically teaches is that actually that's a great question. What I teach in loving kindness, and what I've been taught, I should say, in loving kindness, is that basically the Buddha, like, we're basically born with this like infinite loving kindness energy, and what the Buddha basically says is that all of our traumas, they create these little illusions in our life where each trauma that we go through is a little illusion of like, it's basically like a little love blocker. It takes a little bit of love because you have infinite energy coming in. But then let's say you're fighting with someone, this is what I'm saying. Like, this whole thing of people getting into fights, or like even someone talking shit about you. It's like, what? Just stop. Like, you don't need to do this. But these fights, if you're fighting with someone, if you're thinking about them and thinking about comebacks, and I'm going to say this, that, whatever. That's 30% of your brain energy gone. That's gears are grinding. Like you think you went to work. Only 70% was working. 30%, you're thinking of comebacks. Gears are grinding. You know what I'm saying? So what the Buddha basically says is that those gears grinding, that's the ego. It's taking bits of energy and they're all like kind of these negative beliefs that you have. And they're almost preemptively creating a world where because you believe that, you believe in some shortcoming, you almost in a subconscious way project it onto the world. And then you just create difficulties for yourself to overcome. And that's what your life is. It's like a cycle of overcoming your issues.
Yeah, a lot of religion have similar and common belief like that.
Well, I call it the loving kindness teachings. Every religion has that department. Like in Christianity, it's called the kingdom of heaven. And he basically said, Jesus basically says that the kingdom of heaven is within you, and you get there by forgiving, basically. So if you forgive and forgive and forgive, you'll see the world clearer and clearer and clearer because you won't project onto the world your shortcomings. So by taking away all your projected shortcomings, the world just becomes just a fun, joyful place to be. So your whole job here is to keep like destroying those negativities in your mind, I guess.
I have a big important theory. If true, then it can be scary. Okay, here is.
Tell me.
Buddhists, they believe there is some sort of like a Buddhist world that you can, like once you believe enough, once you have like chanting, like do enough of those chanting, you can go there after life, right? And Jesus, if you believe in the kingdom of God, I think same thing. I think those religions are like a pyramid scheme that will collect your metaphysical power to build the kingdom they want to build through your belief. And then when we pray according to some religious system, or we chant, we write some line, we are contributing that energy to the Buddhas or to the God, and they are the middlemen. But we don't need middlemen. Why do we need to contribute the power of our belief to create the kingdom that they want to create?
Well, I guess what the Buddhists would say is that the Buddha, once he reached enlightenment, he became what they call a bodhisattva. So bodhisattva means like you're enlightened, but you stick around to tell other people. And almost like your greatest joy becomes telling other people that like, hey, you're made out of love and you're perfect. You know, like it's like you're telling like you're perfect. You just have these ego issues, and here's a system for just like you meditate. You just pick one, meditate, and you can slowly overcome each of them and rise higher and higher in this life, and it will be a celebration for you. So the bodhisattva sticks around to help, and they want to help. They kind of like Hanuman, having some issues. You have a ghost coming, ghost sitting on your chest, can't move. You can let go and say, Hanuman, take care of it, Hanuman. That's all you can do. You can't move. If you resist it, let's just say you do have the ghost sitting on your chest, which is a big issue that we had last week on the show. Last time we did the show, ghost sitting on the desk, you're frozen. You everyone who tries to fight, you're just straining yourself. That's exactly what you say. You let go and let Hanuman, get rid of it, and he'll come down and that's it. But he's here for you, right? Unconditionally, they love you. And so I think a lot of people like him, like the Buddha, like Jesus. They actually teach that the best thing is actually helping other people come up.
At the same time, ultimately, even if Jesus was real or Buddhists are real, who are they to decide that I should believe in their system and help them create this new kingdom that they want to build through my power?
Listen, man, I think they're very chill. They're not trying to get you. I think it's people on this earth twisting their words, trying to get you.
I feel like
they're both very rebellious, and they don't like the religious authority, and they talk shit about it, and they're like, screw that, you don't have to listen to that. They're very rock and roll, I find, if you read their stuff.
If I start a religion, I said there's a kingdom of Sai Kit. If you believe in it, you will go to kingdom of Sai Kit after life. But then without them, I wouldn't have be able to create this kingdom of Sai Kit on my own. I need my disciple to help me believe so that together we can manifest this kingdom. So in a way, it benefits me because I harness the metaphysical power to build a kingdom I want for myself, where I am the God and King in that kingdom. So in a way, I'm duping them in my own scheme to create.
That's the problem. That's the problem. Is that you're not seeing everyone as your loving friend and loving partner and a collaborator. You're seeing them as like, I have to dominate them and be the king of them. And that's maybe ego-based. You know, and someone was asking earlier, Natasha Razor says, I manifested Billy Ray Cyrus and Jack Harlow in the same night. It was crazy. Natasha, you're a freak, homie. Did you what did you do? I won't ask. Did your Munya Barenzi? That would be a cult. Interesting. Wait, Amish, you're wild. You have no stream delay. What if you suddenly poo yourself on stream? You need a delay. Why would I need a stream delay? I'm fearless. I'm fearless. I don't need delay. Nothing. Instantaneous. If you don't add value, they won't follow you though. I totally forgot who you're talking about. Natasha Razor, for some reason they won't block. No, I blocked them. But there was a question that I wanted to get to. Urena Brew is here. What's up? Yo. Ember's on the phone. I started thinking I was an atheist, and then my life changed. Definitely a believer in a higher power. Yeah. Like this is what I think. This is the loving kindness teaching, is that there is this higher loving kindness energy, and that is the Tao, and that is Allah, I think, and then that is also the kingdom of heaven or the kingdom of God or whatever. No, I think it works. I not works, but I think it makes sense. But the thing about those teachings is that, and again, I'm saying about you're saying you don't want an authority. They don't want to be your authority. They're telling you that you're God and you make your shit. Nobody's getting in your way. Nobody's telling you have to do it a certain way, whatever. You actually can't do it like them. I mean, the Buddha has a path, but then he also says you can't even follow the path. It's an infinite mystery. It's going to be different every time. You got to do it your own way. You got to rock and roll, baby. That's it. You got to rip. Basically, you got to rip. But Cesar Cabrera had a great question. Isn't believing in ghosts a sign of the ego? I mean, if someone is dead, why would they waste time haunting you? What makes you so special? Cesar Cabrera, yeah. And not only is that a sign of the ego, but also the Buddhist idea of a devil is just your ego. They don't believe in a devil like a separate spirit. They believe it's just your mind making up these, like I was saying, these issues that you have to overcome, kind of like your demons. And I think the ghosts might be a projection of that, to be honest. But hey, listen, this life is a great mystery and nobody knows. You know what I'm saying? We are ghosts. There's something spiritual about that saying. Mac 23806, God is great, brother. Okay, where are we? Did we have another question? Let's do some more questions, and then Sai, I gotta go now.
Okay.
But
yeah.
I appreciate you. Thanks for coming on, man. It was good talking about. I'm glad we were able to do a forgiveness on you there for getting canceled. Listen, man, whatever happened,
Forgive them for canceling me, not forgive me.
I mean, listen. The thing is that you, we gotta forgive it. I think they should forgive you. I'm gonna forgive them for having a hard time forgiving you. That's it. Okay, there you go. Unconditional loving kindness, unconditional forgiveness.
Wrong? Why am I the one being forgiven, not them?
Yeah. Okay. No. Well. Maybe you did. I don't know. What did you do? I gotta see what you did. But listen, regardless, you have the unconditional love of the Buddha. It doesn't matter. It kind of doesn't matter. Honestly, I almost don't want to get involved in the fight. It sounds like a lot, but it kind of doesn't matter because I feel like I'm saying you're a nice guy. I feel like you wouldn't touch anyone. I don't know. You always seem nice and maybe misunderstood culturally.
Cool.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thanks, man. Unless anyone has any other questions, I'm gonna go. I'm going to be back this week with the cult stories that we have coming. Incredible. Sai, I'm going to post some links of you in the comment section. Thanks for coming, man. I appreciate it.
Right.
Peace.
Bye.
Oh, oops. Oopsie. Wow. Why does it do that? Sorry. That's it. I'm going to go. Thanks, everyone, for coming. Thanks, everyone, for commenting. We had a couple of super chats. God is great. You are loved. That's going to be our last ghost story episode. We are now going to we're going to go full-time into cult rehab, cult reviews. We're going to go full cult. I mean, we're going full ACC. We got to go full AC. Hashtag full ACC. Hashtag full ACC. Yep. The anti-cult cult. This is the anti-cult cult now. We got to focus. We got to make sure we're getting, but listen, great discussion on the ghosts, and we're definitely going to have respect for the culture, for the white culture, right? Because I'm here in Canada, and we're going to respect the white culture. And when Halloween comes around, we're going to do a ghost episode. Yep. Katzunio25 says, great stream. You got this. God is great, baby. Thank you. Call Rehab, baby. Yeah, Call Rehab is getting a lot of heat. It's so smart. So Natalie Grant is going to be on the 14th. Sorry, Natalie Grant is going to be back on the 15th. And then this week I have 2 other people. One of them has like 80,000 subs, and she went to Nityananda. So she's down to come in, I think, this week. And then I have another Jehovah's Witness person. And then I have, oh my God. I have one guy who said that he was in, so I have 2 girls that said they were in Shambhala, and there was like a bunch of sexual assault allegations. And the wild thing about these 2, they have a YouTube video. Someone sent this to me on my Instagram, by the way. Thanks, whoever sent this to me. This is a hot tip. But these 2 girls, they're ex-Shambhala, which is a Buddhist cult. And listen, hey, at this ashram, we'll talk shit about it. We'll call out everyone. Okay, we're not going to discriminate. We're not going to only go after the Christian ones. We're going to go after the Hindus and the Buddhists. If they're doing it, that's it. Thank God they're doing it. We're going to go after whoever does it, because this is going to be called rehab. We're not going to let people get away with this kind of nonsense. We're going to bring in the story. We're going to tell the people what happened. And I think that's going to be a lot of fun. Honestly, I'm very excited about that. I think it's fascinating material anyway, and their stories are powerful. But anyway, these 2 girls, they were both in Shambhala, and they both opened their YouTube video showing their passport. They're like, "Hi, my name is Jaylin. I'm from I'm from Taiwan. Here's my passport." And then they show their passport in the YouTube. You don't know what the cult people are teaching. What are they teaching? What kind of shenanigans are going on in this cult? It's ridiculous. So those 2 are probably going to come. Those 2, I think I can get one of them on. And then, but there's just so many more people coming in. And then another person that said they were in like they said it was a Christian teen sex cult. So that's going to be pretty wacky. Not wacky, but pretty like, it's going to be fucked up. It's going to be interesting. I can't wait to hear that story. I'm fascinated by cults. And you know what? I want to create a digital ashram. A digital ashram of a loving kindness. I want to make a digital ashram of loving kindness. God is great. Thanks everyone for coming. But no, we want to make sure that we're building a place where that place of like unconditional forgiveness, unconditional loving kindness right here. You know what I'm saying? And already Bolt is saying, I'm available to join a cult. Can you bring people on to pitch their cult? Bolt, that actually sounds a great idea. I would love to have you guys on. Smash Sherlock, Natasha Razor, SK Humor. Yeah, that's his YouTube. Thanks, Natasha. Wow, look at you, Natasha, coming in, doing the karmas. Do you ask about using ayahuasca in these cults? Can you ask about that? Sure. Honestly, I think I have more traditional cults right now, Empress on the Throne. Thanks for coming in, by the way. I think I have more traditional cults. So I don't know if I have, because I have Shambhala right now, I have XJW, and I have Scientology. That's it. And I'm not seeing them doing those. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not seeing them doing ayahuasca, but I'm sure they exist. And listen, I'm not going to shy away from it. So until that episode comes, make sure you remember that you are loved. The Buddha loves you. You're doing great karmas, and treat yourself with loving kindness and compassion, and go into the week more powerful than really everyone, and dominate the market. You are blessed. Peace.